From year to year, month to month, week to week, and day to day, people across the world are obsessed with a phenomenon that is professional wrestling. But why? 101 reasons to love professional wrestling. There are many components of professional wrestling that should be both understood and celebrated, in no particular order.
Kendo Sticks. The evolution of weaponry has gone from interesting and practical to obscene and unneeded. During the lineage of tools of war, some things just stick around. There are still those who practice archery, while moved on to automatic rifles and missile launchers. We still use fire and heat in war. Still, you don't want to show up to a gun wielding a knife. Sometimes a weapon sticks around just because it honors an antiquated past. The Singapore cane is one of those. In Singapore, caning is a form of corporal punishment. Introduced to Singapore by the British in the 19th century, it's a tradition that has stuck around to the modern day. When someone commits a crime, a form of punishment their government will dish out is whacking people with canes. The cane is known as a rattan, a specific wood about a half-inch thick and soaked in water overnight to make it supple and to prevent splintering. But don't worry, they use a smaller cane when caning juveniles. So there's that. In 1994, an 18-year-old American was convicted of vandalism while visiting Singapore. This would make the news as the teen would end up receiving 4 lashes. And if it's in the news, professional wrestling, for better or for worse, is listening. Paul Heyman's Extreme Championship Wrestling was building steam. It was known as being brash, vulgar, and a hardcore wrestling promotion that is still today decades ahead of its time. While certain attitudes and extreme styles were adopted from the company, the lightning that was captured in a bottle has not been duplicated. With his finger on the pulse, Heyman would introduce the Singapore cane into professional wrestling. During that same year, Sandman and Tommy Dreamer would compete in a Singapore cane match. The loser would receive 10 lashes from whoever became the victor. In this career-defining moment, Tommy Dreamer took 10 whacks, each more painful, with more tears welling up in his eyes. He would look up and ask Sandman for another, and another. This dramatic presentation of extreme endurance would change things forever. The cane used was not the single piece of wood. It would actually be a kendo stick. A kendo stick is multiple pieces of bamboo put together to form one cane. The crack of it hurts, but it's nothing in comparison to the stick from Singapore. And yet still, the reputation is not that much better. The cane would become a signature for the likes of Sandman and later on Just Incredible. There would be Singapore cane matches where wrestlers would be provided numerous canes to use in their match. As time would go on, the Singapore cane would just be referred to as what it was, the kendo stick. Like the ladder, chair, table, the kendo stick would just become part of wrestling, as in we just accept it to be there and to be used. Now it's just something that's already under the ring. Chairs and tables are needed for furniture items. There's tools, ladders, and even fire extinguishers. That makes sense to be under the ring. But what is the practical reason for there to be a kendo stick under the ring? Nobody really knows. So those who dare to might as well grab the stick, approach the opponent, and swing for the stars.